So I want to take a quick minute to shoot a video about the telecommunications here in Cuba, since it's very unique and quite different than anything you would ever experience in the developed world. And so, you know, the park that I'm in now currently, it's more so considered a Wi-Fi park, or like a central park for the little province or city I'm in. And so everyone, if you want to use the internet, if you want to get on the internet, you have to come to this park. There's no way around it. So there's parks like this, you know, set up all around the city. And so in order to use Wi-Fi, you have to go to a kiosk, the one I showed you earlier, and you have to purchase a card, an internet card. And so for tourists, and one for there's a different one for locals. So a tourist card is simply, you know, this little card right here. You get it, you scratch off scratch off the back, gives you a PIN number, and so you are allowed so 5 coops or 5 CUCs, or technically $5. You get a card, 5-hour card, which is good for 5 hours, continuous streaming, and then once it runs out, you just buy another card. And so for locals, they have to pay in the CUP, or the coop, and so that rate is a lot cheaper. And so it's like, I think they actually get receipts with pins on them, and with that you get maybe, I think, 25 CUPs, which is technically a, you know, $1 or 1 CUP, and with that they're allowed to surf the internet. So during the day there could be hundreds of people in this one park, and so it's in the early morning now, so it's quite empty, but yet there's a Wi-Fi antenna a couple feet away from me that everyone in this park has to log on to. So there's no real concern on privacy, or no real concern on anyone, you know, basically coming to the park with any malicious intent on trying to steal your information or steal your data or anything like that. But people come here and they surf, and so you see people here hours just looking with their head down, and they have the phones on. So even if I look over my shoulders, got a couple people on that bench right there behind me, head down, focused on whatever it is on their cell phone. And so not too many people actually have laptops, and so you won't see many people with laptops. I saw a couple MacBooks or whatnot, but for the most part people have their cell phones and they're just, you know, surfing away. And so that's how the internet system here works. So the chance of you being able to get a signal from your high residence, if you live near here, is not likely, because it seems like the Wi-Fi is designed to, you know, only circulate in this park. So it's quite interesting. So, but internet speeds is quite good. You know, of course, depending on the amount of people on it, but it's interesting because, once again, you know, imagine, you know, you having to go down to your local community to use a Wi-Fi, and that has a lot to do with the fact that they don't want to give unlimited communication or unlimited streaming. They would probably influence the people in the mindset here. Like here, you log on or whatnot, and there are certain restrictions on what you can actually click on. Because even on my phone, as I try to do things, every now and then I'll have disruptions. And so it's quite interesting. So that's something to keep note of. And then the second part I want to talk about is the actual television. And so everyone here, for the most part, has TV. Only like Cuban hotels or whatnot that's like higher up, as far as like, you know, having a lot of tourist type visitors or whatnot. They seem to have a different setup. Possibly some ESPN or something like that, because it's in that hotel. But Cubans aren't allowed pretty much to go into those facilities, or to definitely not stay there. So it's for tourists, people not in this country that's used to receiving unlimited access to media or whatnot. And so only in those hotels can you go and actually watch channels, because in the mainland, any other person here, they only have 5 channels. Literally 5 channels, nothing more, nothing less. And it's all monitored television, nothing special, all like more so happy-go-lucky dancing shows, baseball shows, anything that will give you some streaming from probably a different country down south that's more communist-minded, more government-restricted minded. So nothing free here as far as being able to watch some CNN, some Fox, to formulate opinions and be influenced more so by the outside world. So the telecommunications here with the internet and the Wi-Fi and the cable, it's very, very extremely monitored, and it's very limited. It's designed to literally not give people the chance to view the outside world. So a lot of people, you mentioned, you know, certain shows, certain movies, they don't know what it is. But you know, that's a negative in regards to as a tourist coming here. But as a local here, they don't really sit at home and watch TV anyway. Everyone is in shape. They're always walking about. You're known to see people just biking around, and so there's not many people here who sit around and would watch a television. So the Wi-Fi and the TV is very, very different here. And it's kind of, you know, in some ways it's nice because, you know, these people here aren't tainted mentally, other than just the fact that their culture is ingrained in a communistic society type of way, to where they only think they're very happy with what they have, knowing that they don't really have much. And so that the walking on the streets is safe, walking and talking with anybody be willing to help you. They're just friendly people. They love tourists, they love Americans, they love to hear our stories on different events, especially sports and whatnot. So very you know, interesting here. It's very interesting, quite unique. Would definitely recommend people come here just to get a feel for what it was like, you know, to live, or what it's like rather to live in a country where, you know, mainstream media and just external influence is not really something that people tend to pay attention to or even care. So just want to take a quick minute to talk about telecommunications. So let me know what your thoughts are below. I would love to hear more. If you visited Cuba and might know some more details, or if you're interested in visiting Cuba and want to find out some of the details to how I traveled here and some of my accommodations and whatnot. So we'd love to answer questions and make some recommendations on what to see, where to go, or whatnot. So other than that, see you guys later.